Now, as we have been reporting, Congolese opposition leaders have chosen Martin Fayulu as a 62-year-old legislator as their joint candidate for presidential elections, which are scheduled for December 23. The decision was taken on Sunday after days of negotiations in the Swiss city of Geneva.
Yes, indeed, Jerry, he isn't a favorite, but the announcement of his candidacy was greeted with great hope in the DRC. Now he has to fight against the use of voting machines, described by the opposition as machines to steal. In any case, we are exactly 6 weeks away from the 3 elections, presidential, legislative and provincial.
Exactement 6 semaines des 3 élections, présidentielles, législatives et provinciales.
With us now is Congolese political analyst, Chitenge Lubabu. Welcome, Chitenge. And are you surprised by this announcement or choice of Martin Fayulu? What do you make of it?
Well, it's a surprising decision, in my opinion. We expected everything, but to see Fayulu appointed as the sole opposition candidate in the presidential election, we may wonder whether this opposition did not throw in the towel before the fight. Because for an election as important as this one, all opposition parties will have to be able to convince their voters to vote for Fayulu. And I think it will be a very, very difficult task for them.
Il faudra que tous les partis de l'opposition puissent convaincre leurs électeurs de voter Fayulu. Je pense que ce sera un exercice très, très compliqué.
You say it will be difficult for them to convince constituents to vote for Mr. Fayulu, but you will have to remember that we now have 2 green horns in this race with Emmanuel Shadari of the presidential camp.
Absolument, absolument.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. It is as if both sides are doing everything they can to amuse us. At this rate, I'm afraid that the big loser will be the opposition side. In other words, for this opposition, which makes rather surprising decisions, to win its candidate, it will have to make a lot of efforts, perhaps superhuman. Because the other parties that have a certain audience will not be able to convince their activists to postpone their vote on this choice. And that's worrying. Very worrying.
Qui ont quand même une certaine audience ne seront pas à mesure de convaincre leurs militants de reporter leur voix sur ce choix-là. C'est ça qui est inquiétant.
Chitenge, but really, what would you say the problem with the choice of Mr. Fayulu? Do you think that he lacks the political clout or charisma to defend the opposition in this presidential election?
Bon, le problème ne se situe pas au niveau du charisme.
The problem is not at the level of charisma. It is at the level of the general atmosphere within the opposition.
Est-ce qu'il fallait choisir quelqu'un?
Should we have chosen someone whose party is not the most important in the opposition? Or should we have chosen someone who still has more activists? I would have opted for the second proposal. That is a dimension that cannot be neglected. Will people appreciate that those they are relying on stay away for the benefit of a man who doesn't have a big party? He may have personal qualities, but his party is not as important as some others. So why this choice? It confuses me. In a way, I just don't understand anything. Do they really want to win this presidential election? I guess not.
So can I conclude by saying that for you, with the choice of Mr. Fayulu, the opposition has shot themselves on the foot?
This is my point of view. I could be wrong. Things could go differently in general. But I have the impression that this is a monumental mistake. Unless there are situations behind, situations that I don't know. But the way it happened, I'm afraid it's already a big loss to them.
To the presidential election. Time, as they say, will tell. Chitenge Lubabu, I'd like to thank you for speaking with us. Congolese political analyst Chitenge Lubabu speaking to us there from Kinshasa, the Congolese capital. If you are just joining us, you are watching the Morning Call right here on African News. We have all of our stories for you on our website, africanews.com. And you can watch this broadcast in English and in French. All you need to do is to use the blue button on your CanalSat remote control to change the settings to your preferred language. Now, still to come on the program. The Gambia to reduce public expenditure as President Adama Barrow announces new measures to be implemented from January 2019. And what do some of these measures entail? We find out. Plus, it's indeed fresh times for relations between Ethiopia and Eritrea. And this time, thousands of Ethiopians and Eritreans demonstrated it on the tracks on Sunday in a 10-kilometer race in the streets of Addis Ababa. We bring you highlights of that race, all of this plus much more when we return after the break. Barbara and I will be right back. Stay with us.